Most people don't realize, nor is it common knowledge, that the second we exit the womb and enter the world, we are greeted by trillions of microorganisms which quickly race to claim land on and in our newly assembled pretty cool meat suit. And it's here they and their future descendants will spend every moment with their host, having an influence on almost every biological function second by second with their tentacles of wisdom, until these seconds finally run out. And wouldn't you know it, one of the biggest biological functions that it influences is our cognition, aka how well our brain works, which it's kind of important. Let's take a look at this new data and see how. Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another week of How to Health. My name is Kevin. I run liftinbalance.com, where we take aim at all things health and longevity and do it in an odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic way. Today, we are back on the microbiome bandwagon and exploring how microbe composition in childhood may be a driving factor in the function and structure of our 5-pound mushy membrane, which is something that the scientific community has been teasing out for years now. However, there has yet to be a thorough analysis linking specific species to brain development. Until now. That is, potentially establishing even a stronger connection between the gut and mind, this time bringing in the childhood factor. And you may be asking, what's so important about that time frame? All I remember was eating dirt and watching Rugrats. The good old days, right? Well, here's the reason. There is something truly special about the childhood brain. It's the time period of rapid plasticity and pruning of neurons, aka it's the developmental period where brain structure is formed and the connectivity between these different regions are solidified and customized, which ultimately paves the way for the composition of each individual's adult brain. And a great read on this connection, if you're up for a little science challenge, is Robert Sapolsky's book Behave, where he connects the dots between our experiences early in life and how they influence key regions associated with cognition, self-control, emotions, and reward signaling. Now, that's not to say things cannot be altered in adulthood. They likely can, as we discussed here, but this is the time where we lie the foundation for our brain to be. And we actually do it relatively quickly, as by age 5, the brain is roughly 85% of its destined size. Now, this becomes even more interesting when we overlay the fact that the trillions of microbes which have comfortably settled in and on us are constantly interacting with our biology and influencing it both in a potentially beneficial and sadly harmful way, including our 5-pound mushy membrane, as it has been observed that the brain is not only sending signals to the gut via the nervous and endocrine systems, but the gut is quite chatty too. Up to the brain, that is, not the other way. We know that. Frequently communicating with the brain through the vagus nerve and sending biochemical signaling molecules via the endocrine and immune system. But wait, there's more. The microbe settlers in our gut also have their means of speaking their mind to our mind, specifically by constantly secreting metabolites and compounds which make their way into the hottest club in town, club circulation, and traverse the blood-brain barrier to get up in that VIP section. Yeah, thus the tentacles of wisdom analogy, as they are very much reaching into the wisdom center of the body. And get this, data to date even suggests that gut microbes and their metabolism may be causally implicated in cognitive development, which is a question that researchers at Wesley College decided to explore. Let's see what they found. To investigate the link between the gut microbiome, brain structure, and cognitive function in healthy children, researchers studied over 380 subjects aged 0 to 10 years, analyzing their gut microbiome composition, based on stool samples, their cognitive function with standardized tests, and brain structure using MRI imaging. They then leveraged machine learning methods to identify associations between the microbiome, brain, and cognitive performance. So, what'd they find? You wouldn't believe it. First, that there was in fact an association throughout all age groups except 0 to 6 months, and that the composition of gut microbial species could actually predict not only cognitive function, but variations in brain structure as well. Observing that species such as Alistipes opezi and Bladia explorae are associated with higher cognitive function, while species such as Ruminococcus G. navis are more prevalent in children with lower cognitive scores. One factor which is thought to be influential in the results was the association between microbial species and their prevalence in secreting neuroactive compounds such as short-chain fatty acids, which have been shown to modulate neuronal function in a beneficial way, and that those cognitive enhancing species produce more of. All in all, this brings us one step closer to understanding the complex interaction between those semi-self microorganisms living within and the functions of our brain, reiterating a connection that just cannot be ignored, making living a lifestyle that cultivates a good beneficial community of microbes as early as possible a pretty good idea. And don't worry if you are currently over the age of 6. I suspect we may have a few out there watching right now. There are still plenty of things that you can do right here, right now, because our microbiome is always shifting as a byproduct of its environment. The food we eat, the movement we do, the sleep we get, the medications we take, the household items we use, and the nature we experience are the factors that are constantly influencing the composition of our internal and external creepy crawlers. And generally speaking, the data suggests that more ultra-processed eating, sedentary behavior, antibiotic use, harsh cleaning supplies, time spent indoors, and disaligned, deprived sleep is often associated with a less diverse, health-deteriorating, disease-promoting ecosystem of microbes within. While eating real whole foods, organic, grass-fed, wild, free range with a healthy dose of fiber, staying active, getting a little dirty in nature, and prioritizing high-quality circadian aligned nightly sleep on the reg is usually associated with the exact opposite, a more diverse, health-promoting community throughout, secreting compounds which support the function of our key biological systems, a strong gut wall, muscle growth, enhanced cellular respiration, less inflammation, and, as a byproduct, optimized cognition. Not only here and now, but likely for the long run, aka promoting the mission of longevity, or extending the truly healthy years of our lives. All topics that you can take a deeper dive on across the Microbiome 101 playlist on the channel, because it has become increasingly clear, to the point where denial is no longer an option, that the path to reaching your true potential, feeling how you're capable of feeling every damn day, travels through the gut. So, you might as well start helping your microbes help you already, and ask yourself, what have you done for your microbes today? They're waiting.